What's going on, friends? My name is John Waldman. I'm a filmmaker based in New York, and today we're talking about my favorite zoom lens for the Sony E-Mount, the 24-105 f4G lens. This is the first E-Mount lens that I've ever owned. I've made a full switch over to Sony, and this has already quickly become one of my favorites. Previously, when I was shooting with Canon or using Canon glass on my Sony cameras, I love the 24-105 zoom. It covers everything from wide to telephoto. In this video, I'm going to talk about all the things that I like, a couple things I don't like about this lens. Alright, so first off, I love that it's a consistent f4 aperture. I know with some zoom lenses, especially on the longer end, or if it's like a kit lens, you know, it'll be like a f3.5 to f6.3. Having 24-105 all at f4 is dope. So next, I love the flexibility of the focal length. 24 is usually just as wide as you'll ever need, and 105 is amazing for telephoto work.
This is a reminder. Do laundry.
Alexa's telling me I should do some laundry. Hey Alexa, I'm filming a YouTube video.
This might answer your question. I'm the One by DJ Khaled featuring Justin Bieber, Quavo, Chance the Rapper, and Lil Wayne is in.
As you get more telephoto, let's say between that 85 and 105 spot, you actually still get some really nice bokeh, even though it only opens up to an f4. So I know a lot of people are thinking right off the bat, oh, it's an f4, I'd rather get a 24-70. And I'm gonna tell you kind of why you might want this over that. I often find myself really appreciating the 70-105 parts, because especially in like a run and gun type of shoot where, you know, you really want to get some quick coverage, grab your wide shot, and then get a nice close-up, I kind of love that flexibility, especially on the longer end. Obviously with an f2.8 lens, you're going to get more background blur, a shallower depth of field, but as I just mentioned, you're still able to get some really nice blur at the longer ends of this lens, and you get image stabilization with this lens, which I think is so dope, especially, again, from 24-105. And, you know, this camera doesn't have image stabilization, so I do really appreciate that, as I often do a lot of handheld work. I also like image stabilization when I'm doing photography, especially when I'm doing night shooting, because then you can really open up your shutter speed a little bit and still get crisp, sharp photos. For the longer reach of the lens and the image stabilization, I'm opting for the 24-105 all day. Next up, the autofocus. It's fantastic, as with all these Sony E-Mount lenses. I'm still kind of learning the ropes of the best settings for autofocus with all my Sony cameras, but this thing has insanely good eye tracking. It pulls better focus than I do. There really isn't a job that this lens can't handle. It really lives on my camera. I've used it for documentary, events, corporate video. It's really just a one and done lens. I guess I haven't really talked about this. The build quality is really nice. The zoom ring feels good. The focus ring is really nice. The way you zoom is nice. So you got buttons for image stabilization, autofocus and manual focus, and then a customizable button. You know, as you could expect from these Sony lenses, they're all built like tanks. Unfortunately, mine had a fall recently. Yeah, it was really bad. Tripod was, I don't want to talk about it, but now my copy, the lens dropped and it doesn't close all the way. All right, let's talk some cons. I gotta stop gassing this lens up. First off, price. So I believe it's, let's see. This guy retails new around $1,400. The Canon RF equivalent retails for $1,100. So right there, $300 more for the same focal length. I don't know. And then if you want to go further, you could get the Sigma 24-70 2.8 for $1,100. I could see where a lot of people might go to the Sigma. Drawback, not really for me after explaining all the reasons why, but it only being an f4, I'd love technology to go where I could have a 24-105 2.8. That would be sick, but that would probably be one hefty piece of glass. I can't just, you know, like I said, I can't just keep gassing. In summary, in my opinion, for the Sony E-Mount, or hey, listen, you could be just this focal length in general. Like I said, I love this on the Canon. This is the best all-in-one lens that money can buy. It will live on your camera. All right, friends, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you liked it. Comment if you have any thoughts. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hope you like my new setup here. That's about it. Cheers.